Just waiting for Joe to come on. Just waiting for Joe. Hey Jazz, hey Greg, how's everybody doing today? Appreciate you taking your time watching this. Alright, I'm supposed to have a special guest. He may or may not. Okay. Alright, let's see if Joe will be able to come on. We have a special guest today at Daily Motivation. Yeah, of course, Greg. I hope everything's working well for you, man. I see you posting every day. Congratulations. All right. So I'm trying to invite somebody. Let's see if you can get on. If not, we're all good. All right. Well, today I want to talk about the power of imagination. I was supposed to have Joe and his son come in. He actually read the book. He enjoyed it very well. So I want him to talk about The Nerd Who Saved the Universe, our book about imagination and gaining confidence while using imagination, and the 3 rules of greatness, which are 1, have courage, 2, believe in yourself, and 3, love the process, which is not always easy to believe in yourself. It's not always easy to have courage, and it's definitely not always easy to love the process. But when you can use your imagination, it makes it that much easier. Why? How, Rich? How can we use our imagination to make the 3 rules of greatness easier? 1, you have to see yourself already accomplishing the goal. What motorizes us, what pushes us, is the potential of the reward. That's if you knew that your reward was guaranteed, you would always push. If God came down himself and said, okay, if you keep going hard for 6 months, all your dreams will manifest, everybody will go hard. But the Creator is very creative and said, I won't let you know. I want you to practice faith. I want you to see yourself every single day already accomplishing that goal. And let that drive you. Let that push you. Because your imagination, I apologize, I just got a phone call. But you are creative in your imagination. You are literally creating your reality, your future. And I was just talking to Joe's son, where he said, I asked him, do you use your imagination? He said, no, not really. And I said, you probably don't realize that you do. Whenever you're using your memory and you're seeing yourself from a past experience and you see it vividly, that's using your imagination. Why? Because you're not physically there anymore. It's in the past. It's already been done. So even though you can see it vividly, it doesn't exist anymore. But you can still create it again, over and over again with your imagination. It reminds me of a story Jazz told me about the other day where she heard from a guru. It was 2, I think, monks, Zen monks, that were traveling. And they saw a woman that broke her leg. So one of the Zen monks put her on his back and traveled with her to take her to a safe destination. After he dropped her off, the 2 monks went back to the temple, where one of the monks said, hey, from our teachings and our rules, we're not supposed to carry a woman like that. And he said, the monk said, well, I dropped her off miles ago, but you're still carrying her. And that's what we do. We use our imagination to keep recreating the past. But it still has the same power to create your future. As I became an author, I had to see myself become an author. As I saw myself, when I failed out of college twice, and I was sitting in my room thinking, Rich, you're a failure. You're a failure. Your teacher in the 7th grade was right. You're going to be a loser. Your parents worked so hard. You got this opportunity and you're going to squander it. And what my saving grace was, I kept closing my eyes and seeing myself with my cap and gown. Even though I got the letter that says, Rich, you're kicked out of school, I kept seeing myself with the cap and gown. I kept seeing the smile on my mother's face. I kept seeing the smile on my father's face. I kept seeing, okay, I'm going to get a 3.0, I'm going to get a 3.2, I'm going to get a 3.3. And I kept seeing in my mind over and over and over again. And I went back to the dean and I said, give me one more shot. And she wrote him a letter. And he said, you know what, Rich, okay, you failed twice, We're going to give you one more shot. One more shot at this. And I said, sir, that's all I need. And every day I kept seeing myself when it was hard, when I didn't want to drive all the way from Claremont, Florida, an hour and a half to UCF just to go to class at 6 a.m. in the morning. But I kept seeing myself. I kept seeing myself. I kept seeing myself. And then it manifested. I remember I kept seeing this vision of me holding my niece at my graduation day. And that was when my sister was pregnant. And I just knew by the time I graduated, she'd been born. And I have a picture, literally in my drive, of me holding my niece with my cap and gown. It's on Facebook. And that was my vision. And that sold me. That after I kept seeing it, that vision, that picture was proof that your visions was working. So when Ernest in the book, he's facing his bullies, he's facing his struggles, he's feeling weak, he's feeling small, he kept seeing himself bigger as his heroes, as the people he wanted to be. And that gave him courage to move forward. So that's how you have the courage. And even though he couldn't get the belief in himself, he said, well, if I was this person, when I started speaking, I said, how would Les approach this? How would Grant approach this? How would Zig approach this? And I kept listening to these speakers. And I kept seeing myself on stage just like them. And then, years later, I opened up for Les Brown. Your visions will creating your reality. Imagination is key to become the person you want to become. Even though you could be starting at any point, but if you could see yourself using your imagination to be that next person, even if you're broke, you see yourself rich. Even if you're heavyset and you see yourself fit. Even if you're divorced and you see yourself married. That vision will come a reality. But only, here's the caveat, only if you believe it. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. And if you have kids, if you have young adults, I would advise to get the book, The Nerd Who Saved the Universe. There's so much gems and keys in here that we're going to push this and put this in schools. Why? Because it's needed. When you can see yourself as you want to be, that's the only way to become it. But if you see yourself of just where you are, of who you are now, you'll never get there. Love is love. I appreciate all of you. It's on Audible. It's on Amazon. Check it out. It's an awesome book. He loved it. And we're going to bring out the fart rap soon. If you don't know what the fart rap is because you never read the book, but we're going to bring it out. It's going to be awesome. You're going to enjoy it and love it. I appreciate all of you. Hey, Sue, thanks for watching. Marilyn, thanks for your comment. Please like, please share, because these keys are important in creating the life that you want. Namaste.